You ready for that good stuff? Let's go. All right, boys and girls, today is all about ThinkorSwim. But before we get started, there's one important thing that you need to do. You need to log on to your TD Ameritrade on the website. Click on My Profile in the General tab. And where it's unsigned, fill that out and make sure to hit that you're not a professional. Now, before we start, there's one important thing that you really have to know, and that is to hit that subscribe button and that link button so you can be subscribed when I upload new videos. Now we have ThinkorSwim opened up, and this could look honestly a little intimidating if you don't know what you're doing. But don't worry, before you know it, you're going to be using this platform like a pro. Remember, in my broker video, I told you TD Ameritrade is one of the best because of all of the research that they give you. And look at it, now you see. On the top up here is the main categories that you have for this platform. Each category has a subcategory. The two main that you will use the most is the charts and the scans. On the other tabs, feel free to dive in when you start getting very comfortable with this platform. But for us, now, we're just gonna use the charts. So let's go ahead and click it. Now that the charts is opened up, you can see it's actually pretty plain, and we need to modify it just a little bit. First, let's remove all the stuff on the left. You're gonna come down to the bottom and click that gear icon. After clicking it, you're gonna hit all the little X's to remove them. Now let's add some watch lists to this. Click the plus icon and hit watch list. You know what? Let's do it a second time. Perfect. Now you got a couple watch lists. These watch lists are very important. You can make a list on what you want to watch and easily pull up the charts with a click. But before that happens, you have to link the charts and the watch list together. First, click the symbol link and pick one. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to pick green. It's my favorite color. And do this with all of your watch lists. Next, come over here to the charts and hit this same gear icon and hit the same color to make sure it's linked up. Now you can see a chart pulled up. So for example, if I click on Tesla, Tesla pulls up. If I click on Apple, Apple pulls up. Pretty simple, isn't it? Now let's dive into the chart settings a little bit. Don't worry, it's not gonna take us long. So let's hit this gear icon on the top. Under the general tab, we're gonna overlap our volume. Go ahead and hit apply, and you can see the bottom merged with the top. This is gonna give you so much more room for indicators later on. Next is the price axis. In the expansion area, let's change this to 10 up and 10 down. Now move over to the time axis. We're gonna change this expansion area over 10 as well. Changing these areas is just gonna give us a little bit more room when we try to read the charts. Now time to go over to favorite time frames. These are the ones by default. I'm just gonna keep it as is for now. Let's hit appearance. Now, if you remember my candlestick videos, I don't like hollow candles. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this gap. Up here in the chart type, you can change it to whatever style you want that we discussed in the previous video. But we're gonna keep it with the candles. And everything else, you can just leave it as is. Hit apply and hit okay. And now look, we're almost there. But before we go on any farther, I have to tell you something. You have to hit that like and that subscribe button to get notified when I upload another video just like this one. All right, all kidding aside, let's move on to the next. On the top part of this chart, we can change the parameters of what we want to see, such as the time. So next to the gear icon right now is a D. If I click it, all those favorite times will come up, and I can easily adjust it right here if I want. Next to the time is the style. We don't really use it that much. It was already set up in the settings when we went through it. However, if you need quick access, that's what it's for. Next to that is the drawings. Again, I don't use it that much because I use the drawing menu on the board itself. And after that is studies. Just forget about it because all the way on the left at this speaker right here, yep, right there, this is where we're gonna edit all of our studies at. From here, you can quickly search over the 400 studies that ThinkorSwim has for you. We're gonna go ahead and add a few basic ones that you will need when you first start out. First is a simple moving average. So with the quick search, start typing in simple and boom, there it is, number 2 for you. Just double click and it's in. Now we're gonna change this real quick. Hit that gear icon and change 9 to 90. Hit OK and time to search for the next one. Now we're gonna add the moving average exponential. So type in MOVA, and as you can see right here is the moving average exponential. Double click it, that's all you need. Next is the MACD, M-A-C-D, MACD. Double click it and you're good to go. Last and not least is the RSI. Once you have these 4, hit OK. Woo-wee! Wee, will you look at that, man, that chart is starting to look pretty, ain't it? Now in a later video, I will explain how to use these indicators. So right now, leave it as is. Now if you look over here on the right section, there's another menu area. I honestly don't use it that much. ThinkorSwim kind of has a lot of redundancies going on, so you can have quick access to things, and sometimes it's a little too much. So on your free time, you're more than welcome to explore it because you may like it. But for me, meh. Now let's go to the bottom. You see this little arrow here? We're gonna change that to the trend line. This is gonna save you a lot of headache when you get ready to draw lines on your charts. Congrats, now you have the basic setup to get started. See, it wasn't that difficult, was it? In the next video, I'm gonna do support and resistance. I'm gonna teach you how to use the chart and how to draw the lines. Now remember to subscribe and hit that like icon for me and hit that bell to be notified when the new video is up. And now you're one step closer to becoming an alpha bull. Now remember, all of this stuff is based off of my personal experience. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a person that spent a lot of time in front of this computer studying as much as I can. And now I want to share that experience with you. I'm a big believer, knowledge should not be charged, especially if you want to change your life. So if you're enjoying this free content, please make sure to subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you want to join our Discord chat, it's in the description as well. I hope you all have a fantastic day.